What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts. Today, we're getting into a new artist on the channel, the sounds of Otile Brown. This one alongside Harmonize. I know there are a lot of Harmonize fans on this channel, which is always sick to see. So whenever I see him put something new out, I want to make sure we are on top of it. This one, the official music video for Woman. Again, I haven't heard the tune before. It's the first time listening to Otile Brown on the channel, who I believe is a Kenyan musician. He's got a wicked following already, so I'm sure he's super established. And my head's just been under a rock not finding him before. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. As always, if you are new to the channel, though, please make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. And do remember, to the new people watching this, if you are new to the channel, I always say this if we react to a new artist, please do remember this is a musical analysis and technical breakdown, so there will be a lot of pauses, there will be a fair bit of speaking throughout the video, because I'm going to basically analyse the production value, the musical performance, the video, and just the more technical aspects of the tune. Hopefully you guys will enjoy, and without further ado, let's jump into the sounds of this one. Let's go.
Aisha.
Big booming drums.
Aisha.
Super punchy.
Mzuri kama kachoro bodi kakupa mola.
Okay.
I'm like my, oh my. Macho yake
Bassline's large.
Just like a candlelight.
So yeah, the interesting thing about this one right from the jump, not much intro, very punchy sounding kick drums, very heavily compressed in the way they've been processed. On top of that, again, the bass line really taking up a lot of the lower frequency spectrum on this, but not overbearing the tune. Really nicely handled on a kind of EQ level and general limitation level. Vocals sound sweet so far. Again, very R&B influenced. You can hear that in the texture of the vocal tone. Very much utilizing a very kind of nasal style of singing, which works really well. It's a good start. Let's see where we go.
Like my, oh my. Gozi yake inavyometameta kama shima. Hivi wewe unazani na kutamani la.
A nice switch up.
Nipo interested zaidi ya vile.
So when you start adding little additional elements like that, so when you hear those little kind of chords kind of in the background just going bum 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 bum, those little notations there, just again giving it an extra kind of lease of life, giving the musicality of the tune somewhere extra to go. I feel with a tune like this, which is very heavily focused on drum rhythm and a sort of driving presence within the tune, I think it's really important to remember first and foremost that we need to find the tune progressing. We don't want to get stuck in one individual loop the entire way through just with a vocal changing. We want the musicality to change. That little extra piece of melody, I suppose, even though it's only 2 notes, definitely adds that and it gives it a more kind of forward-thinking feel. I like his voice.
Cause I need you in my life. I'm trying to find me a wife, and you look just like her type. You look like just my type. Swear this love is first sight. Cause you are such a beautiful woman.
A very nice kind of switch up on the chorus block for this one. Again, going big on the vocal, going really big, almost kind of theatrical with that kind of pitch change, and just how much wider it sounds. It was very kind of monotone across the vocals throughout the beginning, very kind of lower pitch vocals, but then suddenly this big, wide, loud sounding vocal appears for the chorus block, and it's a really good way of transitioning from one section to another. These two on screen are absolutely beautiful, I've got to say. But yeah, just in general, the video looks quite nice. It's really well shot. I love the constant kind of use of greenery in the background. It looks really good. And the general layout is great. I'm by no means a video expert. From what I'm seeing, it looks really good. It's enjoyable to watch and it fits the tune quite well sonically. Yeah, overall, I'm enjoying this one.
Woman, could you be my only woman?
The instrumentation's great, man. So wicked switch up, bringing those kind of chorused vocals into the background as well, really taking the tune to a different direction and giving it an extra kind of lease of life. Again, the thing that's happening really well in this so far is the constant switch ups. We kind of get a repeated pattern, but then the second 8-bar of that pattern will have something new there. We'll have like that little switching melody towards the beginning. This time around, we've got the harmonized vocals and the chorus vocals in the background. Again, a lot of kind of synthesizers running riot throughout the middle on kind of key tones. It's really good. The actual arrangement's great.
Aisha, 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 Aisha.
Okay, cool. Nice vocal transition. That kind of switch up between both of the vocals is cool, because obviously Otile, from what we can hear from him, very kind of R&B influence, very smooth in the way he projects. I feel with Harmonize, he's got a much more kind of gritty vocal tone. We hear that on a lot of the tracks that he puts out there. There's a bit more grittiness to the vocal. There's a bit more harshness, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. It's just a kind of way to summarize how his voice takes it sonically, you know. It just has this more grisly kind of texture which works really nicely. I think the actual comparison between the two vocals works well. I feel this tune was in danger of becoming a little bit too repetitive if it was just Otile over the top of it. The instrumental itself is quite repetitive, but when you constantly switch up what's going on vocally on the top of it, you can kind of get away with it. Let's see what Harmonize does.
A body shaped like a cola, go spend all my dollar. I'm trying to make you mine.
Wicked Harmonize.
Nishajaribu kupapasa Dar es Salaam, Nairobi hadi Mombasa. Sijamwona mpaka sasa.
Hear those little pieces of melody creeping back in as well. Cool. So we do have an extended verse from Harmonize. I was worried that we were only going to get like a 16 bar off him, and whenever we see these collaborations, especially when they're slightly longer in the sort of 3.29 minute realm, I like to think that you're going to get a nice chunk of collaborative material, like at least a 32 bar. You always want to have at least a 32 bar, especially if you're bringing in someone like Harmonize. Obviously, he's this big international presence and he's having a wicked run of things. It's good that we've got an extended verse from him. I would have been very annoyed if it was a slightly shorter verse, I've got to say.
Amechongesha Uturuki, uwajibu kurupuki, penzi lako ni asari na mino nyuki. Kelele zao za chura, hazininyimi tembo kunywa maji. Watasema mchana na usiku watalala. Really cool, again, with Harmonize, the thing we know that he's going to bring to the table near enough every single time is this extended use of kind of vocal structure. He always has these little harmonic breaks, these unpredictable harmonic breaks as well, that really utilize those vocal tones, giving the whole thing a sense of depth and just more body more than anything else, which works really cleanly. When you've got a very digital sounding instrumental and you have vocals that are able to try and do these different things just to humanize it a little bit more, I think it's really key to do that. So it's a wicked approach from Harmonize on the actual feature, I've got to say. You're such a beautiful woman. Would you be my one and only woman? A nice switch up on the chorus as well. The fact they've kind of rotated around over the chorus block works really well. I love it when people switch on choruses. It's very easy. I've done it myself in sort of music production scenarios when you're in an engineering state and you just want to get the hook done. It's very easy to just copy and paste. It's very easy to do. It's very, very easy to do. On this one, they haven't done that. They've gone to the extra effort of building a collaboration like this, which again is two multi-million followed people. These are two huge artists on the global scale. So when you then kind of do that, it's important to make sure you are getting the most out of the collaboration, and the fact that they've actually done a chorus block each kind of shows that, you know, it gives you that impression that they are doing everything to the tune that they can do. So yeah, wicked stuff. Cool shot. In front of the red especially, it's a really cool shot. I think this is a great collab, to be honest with you. At first, when I heard the instrumental, I wasn't too sure it would be in the sort of bracket of things I'd go for. Again, it had a very kind of, I don't want to say reggaeton because it's a very widely kind of understood term from musicology. This is definitely not what I'm saying. I think there are kind of a few kind of plasticky elements about the instrumental which aren't necessarily my cup of tea, but the extra use of the vocals, those chorus blocks, especially when you're getting the kind of backing vocal in there, the use of constant instrumental switch-ups as well, the additional pieces of melody is what gives it that more sort of humanized texture. So yeah, it's an interesting one, definitely an interesting one. We'll let this one finish out and then give our final breakdown at the end. There we go. Directed by Hanskana.
And that's the ending of this one. Good stuff. Otile Brown and Harmonize. I tell you what, I really like Otile Brown. I like his vocal tone. I like the sort of use of vocals that he's able to bring, whether it's the big, wide-sounding vocals or the more sort of stripped-back, kind of minimal, more nasal-sounding vocals. He does them both really well. Wicked on a collaborative front as well. Their voices match up nicely next to each other. I love the fact that Harmonize did the second chorus, and again, we got an extended block of content from Harmonize. It's what we want to see. I definitely enjoyed this one. Thank you to everyone making sure I stay on my toes and keep up to date with Harmonize collaborations, because the guy doesn't seem to be able to miss at the moment. As always, guys, if you did enjoy this technical reaction and musical breakdown, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. We are very close to hitting 20,000 subscribers. If we can do that in the next few days, that would be absolutely fantastic, so please do get involved. As always, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening then, my friends, and we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.